Why did the humans lose against the machines? This is a never-ending discussion among the Matrix fandom. In the beginning, it was said that the humans attempted to destroy the machine's primary source of energy, the sun, by burning out the sky. They were convinced that this would put an end to the machines. Yet ironically, it only guaranteed their own demise. But what if this tale is incorrect? What if, in reality, the machines were the ones who scorched the sky to make it easier to enslave mankind? Welcome to Matrix Explained.
Welcome to the desert of the real.
There are two sources of information that talks about the destruction of the sky. The first is when Morpheus explained to Neo what supposedly happened to the human race. Emphasis on the word supposedly, because we have reasons to be skeptical since we all know that Morpheus has been manipulated by the Oracle for some time. The Animatrix is the second. This one is even more dubious, considering that the stories that are told about the events prior to the Matrix film may no longer be canon. In one of the Animatrix shorts, we are given access to the Zion archives. There lies the history of events regarding the war between humans and machines. The Zion archives, eh? As we've mentioned in a previous video, Zion could be a prison or trap created by the machines. This underground city was deliberately created to keep the red pills in one place, to then eventually destroy them. This is implied when the architect reveals to Neo that Zion has been destroyed many times before, which could mean that each new Zion is created by the machines, only to then be destroyed. A never-ending cycle. It can't be a coincidence that Zion is located underground, protected by a large gate. Instead of a place made to protect humanity, it is a place made to confine them. Keep this detail in mind, as it will be important later on. The first thing we need to understand is that the images shown in the Zion archives in the Animatrix could have been fabricated by the machines in order to fool the new inhabitants of Zion and effectively perpetuate the myth. When the human-machine war began, humanity had advanced to a point where solar energy was the primary source of energy, a big leap in progress since fossil fuels are limited and unviable in the long term. This makes it illogical for humans to destroy their only energy source that could help them in their survival, even if it was necessary to stop the machines. They should have known that such a rash decision would have caused them more problems than the machines. Let's stop for a while and think about this. Let's take some time to talk about the biological and ecological issues we would face if we were ever without the light and warmth of the sun in comparison to our machine overlords. The humans would suffer a vitamin D deficiency. This is a vitamin needed to absorb calcium in the intestines, which is fundamental for a child's growth, as well as strengthening the immune system. People who are deprived of sunlight could suffer a weakening of their bones and would be more prone to disease. They would be more exposed to infections in the superior respiratory system and also be more vulnerable to autoimmune diseases, allergies, cardiovascular problems, obesity, type 2 diabetes, and metabolic disorders. On the other hand, the machines would have more of an energy issue, but it wouldn't pose much of a problem to a race of beings that has advanced further than the human mind can comprehend. The machines could easily find other options, like perfecting nuclear, hydraulic, wind, or even geothermal energy. The latter comes from internal heat that the Earth produces, and as we saw in the Matrix Revolutions, the machines are expert diggers. Destroying the sky would also ruin agriculture, or at least severely hinder it. This is because the sun doesn't only give us things like vitamin D, but it also makes us able to farm and harvest. And without it, most plants can never grow. Again, another catastrophic problem for the humans, but not the machines. The energy that the robots need in order to survive and function doesn't come from food. It is at this point where we could deduce that the machines don't need humans as an energy source. It's illogical. In previous occasions, we've stated that the original story concept for the Matrix to use humans as computational processing units makes more sense. Using our brains to help run the machines makes more sense than using us as counterproductive, disposable batteries that require more energy to maintain than the energy that can be produced. So if the machines were the ones who destroyed the sky, why did they do it? Why not just enslave humanity and call it a day? The answer is simple. The machines didn't just want to win the war. They wanted to make sure that there was no chance for humanity to recover and attempt to retake the planet. The humans would live on a barren wasteland with barely any food, water, or resources to help them survive. The lack of sunlight would affect everything: plants, animals, the environment, and that in turn would translate to scarcity, suffering, and hopelessness. Humans would find themselves living a nightmare while the machines continue with their normal operations. The curious thing about this is that the hostile conditions of the planet would force people to live underground, as the environment is no longer suitable for life, eventually leading to the creation of Zion. This leads us to the machine's real endgame. If Zion was a machine creation, then the destruction of the sky does make sense. Humans would live in an underground prison, and hope becomes non-existent because the sun will never shine through again. The machines won, and even after everything that had happened, they never needed humans for their survival. Neo once asked the architect if destroying the Matrix would lead to the destruction of the machines. The architect replied that there are life conditions that they were willing to accept.
You won't let it happen, you can't. You need human beings to survive.
There are levels of survival we are prepared to accept.
This proves that the machines can survive on alternate energy sources. They don't need humanity to survive, and probably never did. Everything was part of their control scheme. To summarize, the story about what happened to the planet is wrong. Humans didn't scorch the sky, they just lost the war. After that, the planet was left in such a dismal state that they were forced to make a choice. Either they connect themselves to the Matrix, a place where they could live out their lives in comfort, or stay in the real world and die in a literal nightmare. A logical explanation about what happened during the war. And who knows, maybe it could be expanded or developed on in Matrix 4. But do you agree? Do you still think that the humans are the ones who destroyed the sky? Or did this video change your mind? Did the machines do it and covertly spread misinformation? We would like to announce our giveaway for the Matrix Movies Complete Collection on Blu-ray, which includes The Matrix, Matrix Reloaded, Matrix Revolutions, and The Animatrix. All you have to do to participate is subscribe to this channel, leave a like on this video, and tell us in the comment section below which pill would you choose, the red or the blue, and why. The winner will be announced on September 15th. If you enjoy our content and are a fan of The Mandalorian and Star Wars, please subscribe to our other channel, Mandalorian Universe. There you will find daily news and theory videos about the hit show and of the Star Wars universe. For Matrix Explained, please leave a like and subscribe. And thank you for visiting the Desert of the Real.